So the Team 208 and AC Delgado collaboration project 8 Days just dropped, and I have a couple beats that made it on the project, and so I'm pretty excited about that, and I want to kind of show you guys how I made them and break them down for you. And yeah, so the two beats that I did are Wild With Us and Catch a Fade. I'm gonna do separate videos, so the link to the other song will be in the description, but this is Catch a Fade. And you'll notice there's some differences because I told AC Delgado when I sent him the beat to just make it sound good. So I got invited to the studio session like a week or two before it started, and so I just started a bunch of different ideas. I was more just developing hook ideas, I guess. So I had like a dozen of those started, and I just figured out what order I was gonna play them in, and I just played the first one and they liked it and recorded to it, and so I played the second one then after that, and they liked that one. So the first one was Catch a Fade, which is what I'm gonna show you now. We'll just play the beat here a little bit. So this is the whole layout of the track, with the vocals that he sent me last, and these actually aren't the same. They redid the vocals, the ordering in a few spots and stuff like that in the final mastered version. But this was kind of an early master. So when I started the beat, I actually started I found this bell in Omnisphere. It's a flute. So it's listed as a flute, I guess. That's how it starts, but I did halftime. This is my halftime mix automated here. So to give it a little more texture before the drop, I brought the mix down a little bit, and that basically occurs anytime there's a drop. But that bell is playing in the background pretty much the whole beat, which bothered me, but I left it anyways, and I think it turned out good. It'll probably bother you now because you won't be able to not hear that bell the entire time, but sorry. So other than that, I added, it's honestly super basic melody, another Omnisphere instrument, and it sounds really dark and dull by itself, but in my melody here, I just click these notes in, super simple, nothing crazy. And then it's got pitched down an octave here, and there's really just two variations on this, but I pitch them up and down, just trying to match the energy of the vocals and change it up enough throughout the beat so that it doesn't get boring, and so you can lead into like a drop or mellow it out at sometimes, taking out some drums. So that's about it for the melody, honestly. So the rest, the 808 is kind of doing a lot in this. And that sounded really anticlimactic. That's about it. Then when we add the kick in, pretty much just stuck with the 808. I didn't follow all of the notes, just most of them. That's a lot of times what I do with a kick anyways. Snare is really straightforward. If we look at the snare, it's just however many counts that is, that a snare always hits on every single hip hop song. I do have a second snare, so I'll play them both together. So the hi-hats are kind of doing a lot. I don't usually do too much with hi-hats, So this is actually a lot for me. I guess the hi-hats aren't doing that much, but I do have some accent hi-hats later on in the beat here. I think this is right before a drop. If we look here, we've got some open hi-hats. So let me just like play some of these together so you can get a feel for what it sounds like. I'll add in the kick and 808. There were some points in the beat that I added some accents, and it was based entirely on the vocal energy.
Battery whipping, these suckers mad at me bitching, falling apart, raggedy stitching, jaw jacking, cavities bitten, flow too dope, had to be written.
So it was really just me trying to complement the flow a little bit, and I think some of those stayed in, and I think some are taken out. I probably went overboard, if I'm being completely honest. Oh, this is some more hi-hat roll stuff. Super subtle, and I think AC raised the volume on those a little bit. One of the things that I added to the drop that I thought I just wanted to add a little more top end, so I added this flick sound. Let me add everything back in. My beat tag here at the end. And that was one of the things they moved. They changed the ending and stuff, but it's all good. I like the way it turned out. So that was the breakdown of the Catch a Fade beat on the new 8 Days album. Go check it out if you haven't yet. The new Team 208 AC Delgado compilation album. There's a lot of cool songs on here. Yeah, thanks guys.